Hi, do you want to learn how to code? You have come to the right place. In this video, I'm gonna go over what you need to get started, what programming languages to learn, where to learn these languages, how long is going to get the job ready, and few tips for your first job interview. This video is for beginners who want to learn how to code. If you are an intermediate programmer, this video probably not good for you. Now, before we begin, I would like to talk about common misconceptions about programmers, that they are all geniuses level eggheads with superhuman math skills and 4-digit IQs. That's not true. You don't need to be a math genius. What you need are focus and determination. If you are going to be a coder, you should be able to focus. Programming is all about problem solving, and solving problems takes time. Sometimes you might be working on a single piece of code for hours or even days. If you check your Twitter or watch a cat videos every 20 minutes, you are not gonna be able to focus as a coder. You'll be spending hours and hours in front of a computer screen, look at a code like this. And it's important to ask yourself, is this something you like? I know it's not for everyone, but some people like me love to code. If you want to become an awesome coder, you need to fall in love with code. The second characteristics you'll need is a curiosity and passion for learning, because software and coding languages are constantly being updated and improved. You'll have to learn new things all the time. It never stops. So you should read your articles, books, or watch online courses every now. Then get up to speed with what's happening in the industry. What about education? Well, a decade ago, having a degree in computer science was the only way to get into a programming industry. But these days, the barrier of entry is much lower. For many companies, your level of proven technical skills that would get you the job, not degree. I personally was never asked about my degree in any of my interviews. What matters is that I could do the work. So, what if some people like to go to a university? I personally think it's a waste of time and money, even though I have master's degree myself. Most universities programs for software engineering take 3 to 4 years, cost of €1,000, and tend to waste a lot of time teaching outdated, irrelevant subjects like physics or biology. Furthermore, in my experience, you are more likely to be taught by PhD students looking to make some pocket change, as opposed to someone with real industry experience. As a result, a lot of students spend 4 years in a university, graduated with a lot of loan debt, and realize that they can't even build a simple application. If you disagree, that's perfectly fine. Universities can be a good place to make connections and become well-rounded. But if you want to learn to code well to get a job, you'll have to learn that skills on your own. University is not going to teach that, I promise. So, how to learn? The good news is that there are a ton of books and online courses out there. The coding community is very large and very supportive. So, if you are looking to get into the coding, there is a whole world of education resources at your fingertips. You can decide what you want to learn and pursue that. You won't need to waste time and studying irrelevant subjects and paying for them. Now, what programming languages should you start with? This is pretty subjective, and it depends who you ask and what you want to build. A lot of people tell beginners to learn HTML and CSS, but these are not programming languages. They are markup languages that we use to describe what a website or mobile looks like. So, if you want to become a programmer, you really need to learn a programming language that you can use to define how an app works. Several programming languages out there such as JavaScript, C++, CSharp, Java, Python, Ruby, PHP, and so on. Each language has its own pros and cons. For example, if you are gonna build something where performance is critical factor, it would be probably to use C++. But on the flip side, that comes with a cost of maintenance, because C++ is complex language. If you want to build an iPhone app, you will have to learn Swift and also need a Mac computer. For Android, you'll have to learn Java or Kotlin. My recommendation is not to get hung up and these differences between programming languages. Once you learn a language, you can always learn in other programming language much faster because all these languages have pretty much the same foundation. So out of these languages, I recommend you to learn C# because first of all, it's most beginner friendly language. So you can easily learn fundamentals of programming. It's versatile. You can use it for a wide range of jobs such as mobile, Windows, and web development. And you will have more job opportunities compared to, let's say, C++. It's cross-platform, so you don't need a Mac computer. You can easily run it on Windows, Mac, or even Linux. And on the average, C# developers earn more. The average salary of C# developer is 50,000 euros a year. But of course, it requires having additional skills. It's not like we read one C# book and done. 50,000 euro a year. No, it doesn't work like that. But learning C# opens up so many opportunities to you. One of the common issues I see amongst the beginners that they try to learn so many languages all at once. They learn a bit Python or C# at first, and they heard that JavaScript is pretty hot. So they leave them and start to learn it. Then someone else tells them about PHP. So they learn PHP too. It's not gonna work. It's really like to try multiple musical instruments at the same time. In this way, you won't be able to play one song on any of these instruments. Learn an instrument first, make sure that you can play a few songs, then learn a second instrument. By the same token, learn C# first, make sure you know the fundamentals of programming well, build few applications, and then learn a second language. So your first step is to learn C#. Once you learn it well, then you can focus on a specific area such as web apps, mobile apps, or Windows applications. The good thing about C# is it's a general purpose programming language. That means you can use it for a wide range of tasks. How to learn C#? Well, I have a number of C# tutorials for you here on my channel. My C# tutorials for beginners is a great introduction to C# and teaches you basics of programming. So I highly recommended you that watch that video to the end. The fun thing about learning coding is that you're constantly doing. You spend 30% of your time studying and the rest on practicing. So it's not like sitting down for 3 hours studying and memorizing something boring like university lessons. You are problem solving. You are thinking of different solutions. You play with your code and see the results. It's not working. Okay, try something different. It's very practical. How much time do you need to spend on this? It really depends, but if you can dedicate 2 hours of coding on average every day, after 2 to 3 months, you should be fairly comfortable writing basic programs. After that, you'll need another 3 to 6 months to specialize in one area, such as web development. In total, I would say you need to dedicate 6 to 12 months of your time and studying and practicing programming to become job ready. At that point, you can land your first job as a junior software developer with an average salary of 39 to 50,000 euros per year. Then, as you gain more experience in the industry, your resume will start to get more attractive. And you can ask for 50 to 80,000 euros per year. So, are you excited to learn programming? If you are, I would encourage you to start by making a commitment to spend 2 hours a day studying and practicing. And use the comment box below to let me know and everyone else know why you want to learn programming. I would love to hear your story. Now, before your first job, your resume is empty. You don't have any work history, and that's okay. Don't panic. A lot of people freak out because they don't have any work experience to show. And yes, it's important to some companies, but not to every company. There are a lot of companies that hire junior programmers and teach them because it costs them less than getting a senior software developer. So in a job interview, they want to know if you are dedicated and fast learner. There is nothing wrong being asked a question and saying you don't know about the answer. Also, it's really helpful if you are working on some hobby projects as you are learning. Think of the websites or an apps you use often. Try to build a simpler version of this and put that on your resume. You can put the code on github.com and include the link on your resume. That's it for today. I hope this video helped you map out where you are and where you should go next. If you enjoyed this video, please show some love by liking and sharing it. Also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. If you have more questions, feel free to ask me in the comment box below. Thanks for watching the video and have a great day.